Tyler, how you doing? Waiting. Somebody was waiting. Okay, we'll give a minute for a few more people to maybe jump on here, and then we're gonna get right into things. We got several things on my mind tonight I want to talk about. I've got a couple things not necessarily coon hunt related, and then I got several things that are coon hunt related I want to talk about. We'll get into and everything else. Now I've got 4 joining on. If you're watching this right now, go ahead and comment below. Let me know who you are. Say hey. I'd like to know, kind of keep track of the Nightlife family. Find out who's watching these things. Got 10 watching. Awesome. First off, we want to apologize. We ain't done a live video in a little while, especially not one that's been scheduled. Trickle Creek, how you doing, buddy? Had a lot of things going on. Work's been crazy. Had some other things, personal life, some family and friends had issues. Actually, it was yesterday. I had a friend pass away, yesterday. So we've been dealing with stuff like that, but we're here now. So 24 on. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Dustin, Bradley, Billy Joe, Northern Outlaw, Woodrow Smith, Hook and Hunt TV. Good to see you guys. All right, so we're going to get in. I got a few things I want to talk about, and then we'll get into the Q&A section where you guys can ask me questions and stuff. First off, I want to give a shout out to you're following us here on YouTube. There's a couple other YouTube channels out there that are doing really good that I want to make sure we show love and support for. They support us, they follow us, and I want you guys to know about them too. First off is the Jewel Boys Coon Hunting channel. That's a really awesome channel out there. You can go in there and check them out. They take their grandson, their son out hunting. He's 6 or 7 years old. His name Pac-Man, or nickname Pac-Man. That's a really awesome channel. There's also Timber Hill Red Bones. Jamie Jenkins, I think is her name. She does a really cool job showing off red bones and stuff. She's got some little different content. Of course, you got Nightfall Adventures with Nick Davison. He's got a really cool channel up in Ohio. And then Kentucky Coon, everybody knows about him. He's got a real awesome channel. He's putting out a lot of hunting videos right now. Kill season is in Kentucky, so. But that's going on. Maybe get in the comments here. Hook and Hunt says, hey man, sorry about your friend passing. I do appreciate it, buddy. Joe Bedner, how you doing? Brandon McCall, thank you, buddy. Joshua Diddler, hello. Mike Parr, Wolfpack Jr., how y'all? Okay, so one thing I want to talk about here before we get into the serious stuff is, I don't know if you guys know about this or not, but if once this video is over with, you'll scroll down, you're going to see that we are doing a big giveaway right now. We're calling it the Nightlife Package, and this thing is absolutely massive. It's the biggest coon hunting giveaway that's ever been done to this point. We've got some awesome sponsors, and I'll tell you kind of what happened here. Basically, I just reached out to Big Dog, Matt Williams, and, I said, it'd be really cool to do a giveaway. And he said, absolutely. And I got to talking about it some more, and it's like, we should reach out to everybody. So as you guys know, we're several different people, and I reached out to all these guys, and I said, hey, we're wanting to do a Nightlife Package giveaway. And the idea was tossed around that we give several prizes to several different people, and then the idea was like, let's make this a big grand deal where it's just one big package, one lucky winner, and basically set you up for coon hunting, because coon hunting season is either here for you guys or it's right around the corner. Like for me, it's going to start October 15th, and I want to make it where one lucky person is going to get basically all. So Big Dog pitched in a brand new Big Dog Genesis light. That's a $300 value. So one of the best lights on the market right now. It's all I coon hunt with. All my videos since January of last year, that's been with the Big Dog Genesis light. Also, a big sponsor of mine is Sport Dog brand. Contacted them, and they said, yeah, absolutely. We're going to send you out a brand new Tech 2.0 track and train system for the hounds. That's an $800 value. That's in the package. Also reached out to Hound Dog Gear. Josh Lambert's owner of Hound Dog Gear. He sells t-shirts, hats, decals, and coon hunting supplies. So he donated a hat. He's got 2 big decals. He donated a lead, I think a koozie, and maybe a couple other little things. But Josh threw in like a $40 package, which is awesome. Also, I reached out to JC Calls. Scott Christensen owns JC Calls, and he made a custom JC Call laminated coon squaller just for this package giveaway. And of course, we're pitching in a hat and a Nightlife decal. So that was really awesome in itself. That was like a little over $1,200 worth of gear. Well, after we launched that giveaway, like the very next day, you guys on all my videos recently, you've seen that we have the GNR Cedar dog boxes in my truck. That's all we use. He's a big sponsor of mine. And GNR reached out to me, and I'm like, I originally thought about asking him if he'd donate a box. I thought, man, that's such a big deal. I doubt he would want to. And I totally underestimated Gavin, the owner. He's a super nice guy. He actually reached out to me the next day, joking. He's like, I'm upset I wasn't included on this. I was like, what do you want to do? He said, I will donate a four-wheeler size cedar dog box. So this basically is a size cedar dog box, single bay, like you'd put on the front or back of a four-wheeler in a UTV. It's an over $300 value for this, guys, and it comes. The cool part about it is on the top of these things, whoever wins this, you're going to get the entire package. And I will mail everything out to whoever the winner is, except for the dog box. The dog box is kind of expensive to ship, and GNR is in Western Tennessee. So the winner is going to get contacted with him. And on the top of these things, I think you got like a 20 by 36 surface or something like that. He can custom do any kind of top. Like the picture I put up's got an American flag. He can do a rebel flag. He can do a pink top, a black top, a yellow top. He can put your kennel logo, like my dog box in my truck's got the kennel logo on top of it. That's going to be included. You call him up, tell him what you want on it within his parameters of what he can do, and he will do that for you. And basically all you do is either go pick it up or pay for the shipping, or he said if it's close enough within a couple hours his house, he can meet you and get with you and give you the dog box. So basically what that is, guys, you've got the best light on the market, awesome track and train system. You're getting the hound dog gear, miscellaneous gear, which is awesome. You got nightlife gear coming. You got an awesome coon squad to make your coons look. And you got GNR cedar dog box to get yourself in the woods. The only thing that's missing is a dog. So basically, if you got a dog, we're going to set up one lucky person with the most awesome nightlife package giveaway that's been on YouTube today. So that's really cool. These sponsors, they stepped right up and they jumped in here on this deal, and they said, we love what Nightlife's doing. You build a brand, you build a community. We call it the Nightlife family, and everybody supports us. And we think that because they support Nightlife, we like what Nightlife's doing. We want to support them too. So they just jumped in and they sent stuff to us without a bit of hesitation. So big thank you to the sponsors, and big thank you especially out to Matt Williams, Big Dog Lights. He was kind of the kickoff of this whole deal. And people have been messaging me telling me thank you, and I do appreciate that. But honestly, guys, go over to these guys' Facebook page or their websites or whatever. Go over to Big Dog, message Matt Williams, tell him, hey, thank you for donating a lot. Because stuff like this, guys, is not easy for these people to do sometimes. They're so busy with, like Matt, he's kind of got a small company, and he's so busy orders out the door. For him to just donate a lot, is a really big deal. So go by there. Just love to all these sponsors: Big Dog, Sport Dog, Hound Dog Gear, JC Calls, Scott Christian, GNR Cedar Dog Box. Let's tell them how much you appreciate their love and support on this deal. Let's see here. Coon Creek, you ain't missed much, buddy. Crystal Smith just getting started. Corn Creek. I love your videos. Appreciate it, Ryan. Finally back on the YouTube. Yes, sir, we are. Crystal Smith says, where's Miss Nightlife? She's up. She's Facebooking it up. And Hook and Hunt TV says, if your dog is sensitive to cedar, will those cedar dog boxes affect your dog? I would say possibly. I mean, it really would. My dogs aren't sensitive to anything like that, so I haven't had that issue. But once you get these things, I mean, you can smell the cedar coming off of them. So, yeah, I would say probably so. One thing before we get into questions, Cyrus Woodard, I see your question there, buddy, and I'll get to you here in a minute. And Cyrus, actually want to talk to you here in a minute too. One thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, this is kind of off subject, but we'll get back on it. Yesterday, a very dear friend of mine named Tyrone Maven passed away. Probably 15 years ago, when I kind of got back into coon hunting. I got out for a little while and was doing a bunch of deer hunting and stuff. When I got back into coon hunting, Tyrone was a neighbor of mine, and Tyrone was a super great guy. He was a good Christian man, believed in the Lord, and the only downfall I had about him was he hunted black and tans. And I'm just joking about that. Me and him give each other a hard time all the time. And Wednesday, October 3rd, I was supposed to take Tyrone hunting. It was his birthday. And I talked to him earlier in the day, and he was really excited. And for the first time ever, he was going to buy his South Carolina coon hunting license because we're out of state. We're in North Carolina. And I was going to take him down there to game land, and, shooting season's in. I was going to have him a good time. Told him to be at his house 5 o'clock when I got there. couldn't find him. Well, hours went by. Finally, got a phone call from him. He got sick and went inside and passed out in his house. And I tried to get him to go to the hospital. He wouldn't go to the hospital. And hindsight now, I wish I had went in there and drug him out and made him go, because he ended up actually later that night having a stroke and got blood on the brain, kidney failure, had to be put on life support, put in a medical coma, and then, like I said yesterday, this is all October 3rd, October 4th. Yesterday, they had to pull him off life support, and he passed away. My buddy, like I said, he's a man of the Lord, so I know where he's at, and I know one day I'll see him again. But it hits me really hard. He's a really, really good friend of mine. Me and him went through a lot of stuff personally last 2 or 3 years, and we were there for each other. We spent a lot of nights standing down in the bottoms, listening to dogs strike and raccoons, and talking about the Lord and talking about aspects of life. So really, what I'm trying to get with this whole thing, guys, it goes without saying with anybody in your life, but if you got some coon hunting buddies out there that you think, this guy's got an issue, we need to give him a hospital or whatever, get them out there. Do what you got to do. Take care of your buddies. You won't regret having to go to a hospital for no reason, but you'll regret not going to a hospital for a very good reason. So, and tell people you love them. Me and Tyrone, we love. I know how fond. I hope he knows how fond I was of him. We had each other's back through thick and thin, and I didn't get to hunt with him as much as I thought as I wanted to. And one of my other regrets is I actually never got him out on film, except for one time. I took him out about 2 months ago, and when we turned the dog loose, I can't remember exactly the whole story it was, but anyway, we ended up chasing dogs all night long. We didn't even make a treat. It was miserable, and a week or two later, I was going through the footage, and I hadn't made the video because I didn't think nobody would want to see it. And there was a segment there where he was telling a coon hunt story, and I think I accidentally deleted it. Guys, is if you got a coon hunting buddy, you got a mentor, you got a friend out there, take good care of them. Watch out for them. Watch your back, and make sure they know how fond you are of them. So, because we're not guaranteed tomorrow, and any of us will be out of here at any time. So, just want to get on to that. Just basically tell people you love that you love them. Make sure they know it. So, all right, we'll go and get in Q&A. Let's see. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera here. Cyrus Woodard, hey Nightlife. Here's a question. For me, does bloodline in a hound matter in having a coon dog, a great coon dog? That's a good question, Cyrus. I mean, there's not really any actual proof that it does, but a lot of people argue in it. There's certain bloodlines that sound a certain way when they strike. Like Clover bloodline is real common to have a lot of white in their fur and not so much blanket back. So if traits like that can be passed on, the theory is that definitely hunting ability or genetics from that would be passed on as well. So I do believe it. I do believe so. But now, is it a guarantee? No, absolutely not. And just because you take two, that you're going to have pups that are going to know what to do or be great at it, or naturals or anything like that. The best you can do is you research the best you can, put together a good game plan on who you want to breed and how you want to breed, and go from there and roll the dice. And after that point, you're either going to get something that's awesome, you're going to get something that can be awesome, or you may not. And you may have half the litter is great and half the litter is not. I mean, you just never know about that stuff. But definitely, it's worth putting the time into looking at the bloodlines when everything. So it's important, but it's not the main thing. And Cyrus, I think I'll give you a call today, Cyrus. You ordered from me an order. If you would check your voicemail and get back with me tomorrow, I would appreciate it. Instagram, I won't go ahead and tell you guys right now. 99% of y'all I've never met. A couple of you I've talked on the phone. A few of you I've actually met. Y'all are like family to me. When I say Nightlife family, we actually mean that. We're not just throwing it out there. We do mean it. We love you guys. Curly Fries says, hey man, I subbed. Appreciate it, buddy. I like your YouTube name there. Curly Fries. Northern Outlaw Red River Raccoon says, I'm going to try to get more videos done of winter hunts up here in Minnesota, going after big massive bull raccoons in thick snow. Yeah, I've seen some of your videos, buddy. You got some great content, so it'd be nice to see some new ones come up. Buster, Excalibur Edits. How you doing? What's your favorite food, he says. Can I get a shout out? Yeah, shout out to Buster, Excalibur Edits. How you doing? I would say my favorite food is value pack dog food. We actually feed that's all we feed right now. Pack has been really good to us, or a sponsor of our channel. But the main thing about value pack is most of their feeds free. They're all meat based. Now they do have a bag or two that has grain in it, but they're not hiding that. They tell you because some people do want a little bit of grain. Some of the carbs that are in grain food is good to keep fat on your dog in the wintertime. So you do want that for certain aspects. But value pack dog food is what we're sticking with. I use the black bag. I can't remember exactly protein to fat combo. I don't really remember, but we run the black bag. Let's see here. Oh, got Abby up here, guys. Got my little coon dog, Abby. Thank you, Hill Drop. Jacob Smith, how you doing, buddy? Jeff Trout says, what camera do you use to film your hunts at night? Well, there for a very long time, Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. That's what I film with. And then recently, we upgraded. It's been a month or two ago, whatever. We upgraded to the Canon M50. One thing I like about the Canon M50, you've got a touch screen right here on the back, but it can also flip around. So if I'm filming myself, as of right now, you could see the screen, and also say I was filming in front of me like I would be right here, I can take this right here and spin around and look at it. If I'm looking down at it, I can turn the screen however which way I want to. So the Canon M50, it does shoot in 4K, even though we don't do our videos in 4K because it takes so long to upload it. We are not tech people. I'm not. There are so many things about this I do not understand. I'm learning every single night. The last hunt I actually filmed with this, I had my settings set wrong, and it was like really dark. It didn't pick up the light as well, but that's what we're using right now, guys. So, but I carry my phone with me too because just in case. Phone's really easy to pull out and do certain things with. One thing I will be doing, hopefully in the near future, is I'm actually going to upgrade this lens to something with a little bit more of a zoom to it. This is pretty nice. It takes good footage and all, but it doesn't zoom in quite as far as I want to. So, yeah, Canon M50. I do love that camera. Brian Hall, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you. Hill Drop Cotton says, question, I don't have many turnouts anymore due to land being sold and timber being cleared out. How many times is too much to hunt one turnout? Not fully understanding the question. Do you mean how many times, like one night? Like how long you should stay on the property? Or you saying how many times should you hunt that turnout in a season or a week? I don't know. But I'll be honest with you guys. If it's all you got, it's all you got. And you need to run it. The more you have, the merrier. But like in the summertime, pretty much all I got is one or two spots down about 45 minutes from here. And, once we like to hunt 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 nights a week. But game land and stuff is open at that point. So then we have a lot more options. We still don't have a ton of options. And some of them are public hunting land. But, we do give those lands that we hunt in the summertime a break when the kill season comes in. So, but if that's all you got, buddy, it's all you got. And just hunt it up. Maybe not knock so many coons out. Be another thing. You can hunt it, but if you got an older, experienced dog, doesn't really need, maybe 1 out of 5 trees you knock out, or whatever it may be. You ever had a dog I'm gonna get onto here in a little bit, so we'll go ahead and address this now. Had a buddy of mine, Tanner, me today or yesterday on getting a dog to go hunt, and I think his issue is that he bought a dog recently from a man, and he has videos and proof the dog will run a tree by itself and do real good. But since he's bought the dog is not running and treeing. It's not leaving his feet. And he asked me what would be, some of the best things to do. And I told him, first off, especially if it's a new dog, and this only applies to the new dogs primarily, you got to make sure the dog knows you and gets to know you and gets to trust you. You fed him for a while, a week or two before you take it out hunting. Make sure the dog is comfortable with you, so that way it'll transition in being comfortable with you in the woods. Secondly, take it out with another dog and see if he'll go with another dog. If it won't, it's still hanging around his feet, then you need to start working on it solo. And what we like to do at that point is we'll take a dog out by and take it in the woods and we'll cast it. And basically what we do is we just sit there and lean up against a tree. And I like to take, if the dog comes back to me or whatever, and this can apply to any dog at this point that won't cast, we'll just take our hat or break a little switch and the dog comes up to us, we'll just kind of grab him by the collar, take him down the woods, cast him, and bump him on the butt. And we're not talking about really scolding them hard, not really getting a hold of them. And definitely do not shock the dog. I don't want to shock the dog to teach the dog to leave, because I'm afraid that that's going to teach a dog not to come back, period. And you want a dog that will come back to you when you need it to, but you don't want to hang at your feet either. It's just kind of a fine line between the two. But if you make your presence known and your point made that, hey, you need to get out from underneath my feet, I don't want you here, go, then the dog will get the point without actually really getting a hold of the dog, if that makes sense. Now, if it's a new dog that you just got and it won't leave your feet, if you get a hold of it too much, you could really scare that dog off of you, especially if it's already not comfortable going off hunting with you. So one thing you may have to do is take several hunts, and this is what I told him: go out there solo and just sit down on a stump. And you need to plan to have 3 or 4 nights open, or 3 or 4 hours that night open to doing this with this dog. And you may take you several nights. So patience is key here. Take the dog, cast it in the woods, sit down on a stump, get comfortable, and if the dog is hanging out 50, 60 yards, every now and then get up and go over there, run it off with your hat or whatever, and sit back down. Dog comes back, run it off again. Same on over and over and over. The idea is eventually this dog is going to get bored standing around there. It's going to get tired of being scolded, and you always fall back to your minimal amount of training, and the dog is already running and doing its thing, so then it's going to get bored, it's going to go off, and hopefully get to hunting. That's the key here. That's the idea here. It can take 2 or 3 times taking this dog out, so you need to make sure you got the patience and the time to set forth into training the dog and pushing the dog off your feet. 8 times out of 10, this works. Sometimes you're going to get a dog, especially if you bought it off someone else, that just will not hunt for nobody but that guy. It's not the dog's fault. It's not your fault. It's not the guy who sold it to you's fault. That's just the way it goes sometimes. So, but that's what we do. Take the dog, push him off in the woods, tell him go, get real stern with your voice, pop him on the butt with your hat or something, and send him on, and be patient. So, Sarah said, heard the voicemails at work. Support the nightlife. Appreciate it, buddy. Randy Hall, how you doing, buddy? Stevie May says, pray for me, buddy. On my way to the ER. Dang, Stevie, you okay? Message me and let me know what's going on. I'm praying for you. Hill Drop Cotton, praying for you, Stevie. Nightlife family, let's all give our prayers and thoughts out to Stevie May right now. Question 2 from Cyrus. Nightlife, what trait matters to you the most in the coon dog? Speed, accuracy, trailing ability, or having a pup that won't quit the tree? Basically, to me, speed is kind of a side effect that's like icing on the cake. I like speed, but I don't have to have it. To me, accuracy is more than anything. Nothing. We live in the mountains here in Western North Carolina, and nothing aggravates and makes me madder more than have to walk up a big old steep mountain with my fat butt to a slick tree. I just it, check it, and leave than me to walk to a slick tree. So speed is awesome, but a lot of times when you get speed, you sacrifice accuracy. That's the way it is with just about anything in life. The faster you do it, generally, the less well you can do it. So I'd rather have a little bit slower dog that does it right. That's where I prefer. Hey Nick, them videos, like them videos. We appreciate it, buddy. Love says, what are some things you should look at when you're buying a dog, young or old? Any advice? One key thing you can kind of look at is, say, well, like a pup. If you're going to a kennel to look at buying some pups, and you got 5 or 6 pups in a pen, what I like to look at is which one of those pups seems to not really care what's going on. It's kind of doing its own thing, might be sitting to the side, or it's not overly excited, because that shows a sign of independence. And you want a pup to turn into an independent dog that doesn't rely on other dogs for doing what it's bred to do. So I like a pup that seems a little more independent. And also, you walk up to a pen on something, a bunch of pups, you start snapping your fingers, moving them around, and whichever dog kind of seems, attentive and pays attention to things, that just kind of shows me that dog's got a good head on its shoulders. So something seems a little independent, something seems really intuitive and smart, and then things like that. Now, as far as older dog goes, the best thing I can tell you is listen to what the people selling the dog says it will dog, either with, and it's best to try the dog with them and on trial without them. Because like I said earlier, some dogs will hunt for certain people but won't hunt for nobody else. So they say this dog will go out 400 yards, 500 yards, and come back if nothing's there. I want to take that dog hunting and make sure, that this ain't a 200-yard dog. I preferably want one to get way deeper. But you want to make sure the people are selling you what they say they're selling you, and you want to make sure that dog will do it with you and with them, too, so what they say you are getting. And if we hold people more accountable, stuff like that, you'll have less people trying to lie because they're not getting away with it. So basically, that's what we like to do. Hunt with the people on an older dog. Hunt with the people and get a trial by yourself. 2-week trial. You generally got to put up the money up front, but you have to gauge the person, see if you feel like you trust them, and go from there. But I never buy one without hunting with it. I'm never going to do that. If it's an older dog that's supposed to hunt, even if it's a 1.5-year-old dog, and they say, well, he'll go off with other dogs, and he'll sometimes get up on the tree, I want to go hunt with that dog and see. Now, if it's if they say all it is, it's a year-old dog and it'll go off 200 or 300 yards, and some nights it hangs at your feet and blah blah blah. I still probably want to see the dog, or at least on trial, to make sure it does a little bit of that. But honestly, you're getting a starter dog at that point anyway, so you can't expect too much. But now, as far as young pups, if you're buying 8, 10, 12-week-old pups straight off the litter, independent, seems intelligent, and intuitive. That's what I look for. Cyrus Wood's his last question. Hello, no problem, buddy. Keep asking. That's what this is for. You guys cannot ask too many questions. Anybody got anything on their mind? I don't care what it is, do with coon hunting or whatever. Put it up here. We'll try to get to it. It says, why do you love walker dogs? Well, it's simple. I do not love a walker dog per se. What it is, all my life, I don't know why, I've always been the type of person that I like to do what everybody else around me is not doing. So when I was growing up, for one, my dad always had beagles, and he had tricolor beagles, so I was fond of the color. And as far as the breed goes, my cousins and my grandfather and everybody in my family that run coon dogs, they were plot dogs, some red bones, pretty much anything but walker. I mean, they absolutely hated walkers. I wouldn't say hate. They did not like walkers. So I just like to do what everybody like. All my friends in high school drove everything. Until after that, I kind of got to looking into the coon hunting world. That there's tons of walkers. A lot of people aren't them. But that was the reason why. And I'm very fond of tricolor dogs because I grew up with beagles. I mean, when I was a year old, my dad there's pictures of me in the yard with puppies, beagle pups all over me. So, that's, fond of the tricolor. He'll drop, you're welcome, buddy. Bebapalula, what's the doggy boss? Don't understand the question. Jacob Smith, keep them in the woods. That's right. That's, Jewel Boys. Keep them in the woods?
Oh, maybe.
I think that's Jewel Boys' slogan. I can't say your name. Sorry. Bebapalula. Ever thought of a baby wolf boss? They tick all the boxes. Know what I mean? Got no clue what you
Maybe
mean.
he's talking about what's the best dog.
What's the best dog? I never thought of a baby wolf. Hilldrop says, if I sent you my own bump cap, could you put the big dog light and battery on it? We could definitely try. I tell you what, Hilldrop, if you will message me on Facebook or you message me through Instagram, either way. Actually, there's a new feature here on YouTube. We actually have a message board. I just realized this this past week when we started. Hilldrop, there's a way of messaging me on YouTube. I'm not sure what it looks like on your end, but on my page there should be an icon here on YouTube where you can message me, private message me about that, and me and you will talk and we'll see it's going to be something that we'll have to get set up on. So Brian Hall says, my hound tracks really well, but has a hard time finding the tree. What should I do too? What I would say, Brian, is one thing I'd like to know how old your dog is. We need to know what the experience level is. If this is a 5-6-year-old dog, we got a serious problem. If it's a young dog, that's just a training thing we need to work out with. So, Brian, if you could tell me, how old your dog is. If it's a younger dog, what I would say is you need to get it in the woods with the dog, hugging the tree, and that can actually teach your dog to stick a tree. And also, when you get into kill season, I don't know where you live, but once you get to where you can start knocking some coons out, you get that dog with another one at a tree with the meat in it and knocking it out. That dog will see that, realize I need to stick here because my reward's in the tree. So that's how you do that. I just got a low battery. Oh man, I got it charged there. I don't know why. That's what I would try to do, bud. Nightfall, how you doing, buddy? Thank you. And Lois, my pup is tracking well and getting on the tree but won't bark. How can I get him to bark? It generally just kind of comes to him. They just kind of click on. What I would say to do, one thing we've done in the past is, just pet them up and you brag on them really big, and they'll generally take off and start doing it. A guy told me recently, and I'm starting to try this with Nix, but I've never tried this before and I have yet to have success with it. He says when the pup gets up on the tree, reach up and grab them by the jaw and like shake their jaw and pet them. He said that kind of gets them, I guess, in a rhythm, gets them to want to start opening. So we're trying that. Don't know if it works. You can try it too. Let me know how it goes. But generally, you just get up there and you pet them and praise them real good, and it's like one day a light switch clicks on, they just start going. Bed Palooza, I know a three-legged dog. He's sweet, looks good. He said they don't slow him down a bit. Ethol, how you doing, buddy? Woodrow Smith, Nick Jacob is my son, and him and his brother was given a pup from the Jewel Boys. So I remember. How's that dog doing? Jewel Boys are my friends. They're some great people. They really are. Brian Hall says 1.5. Yeah, Brian, then I would say it's just a real matter of fact, it's going to happen. You just need to get him in the woods with an experienced dog, showing him how to tree, and knock some meat out to him, and it will click on with him. How's your looking? Keith Hall asked. Well, the other night I took her and she started opening. I've actually got a video up. She actually started opening, but she was opening at trees. She wasn't really, well, she actually started the second track. The first one, there was pretty much no track to it. They come right by the trees on the edge of the field and Hyde loaded up on it. She struck, Hyde loaded up, he checked, and then he finished it out and was loaded up. She didn't say another word. Cast him off the tree, and Nix went about 200 or 300 yards with Hyde, and she her track. Then Hyde picked it up and moved it on. And no, we actually property. I had to call her out on that one. But I'm hoping to get her in the woods this weekend. So, Trevor Kasky asked, got a Walker pup back in February, trading along now, and shows me the meat's still young. However, he was never had a coon knocked down to him. Can I expect him to get better once I knock? Yes. More meat you knock out to. Sorry if the camera's shaking, guys. Randy Hall said, worked fine. Other than that, I had it about 2 years. Sounds good. A cowgirl's dad said, sorry about your friend, brother. Prayers up. Turn, appreciate it. It's been tough, but we're getting through, and Lord blessing us. So, could you cross a beagle with another top hunting dog? Yeah, I've actually known people who cross beagles with Walker dogs and stuff before, and they're turning them into pretty good dogs. And I've actually seen some beagles. It's very rare, but I've seen some beagles that will actually tree too. So, Woodrow Smith says she is doing wonderful. Seems to have a head full of brains. Yeah, just get in there and knock some meat out to her. She'll click on it from the Jewel Boys. Yep. They seem to be, that litter they had, I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about that. So, Stevie May says, just made there. He's talking about the ER. Pray for him. So, Nightlife family, please send out thoughts and prayers to Stevie. He's been a loyal supporter of us pretty much since day one. So, he's a good friend of ours. So, you guys got any more? Got any questions about? We can try to help you out with those. Let's see. One topic I wanted to cover was getting the dogs to hunt. We've already talked about that. Some of the people's on here right now. Not sure if you guys have heard, but we got a really big giveaway going on right now. If you'll go about 2 or 3 videos below this one on our YouTube channel, we got a huge giveaway going right now. We have some of the best sponsors in the world. We had a ton of sponsors pony up. Basically, I just make calls out to these guys, and they send out gear for us to give away. It's one massive package. It's about a $1,600 value. It is absolutely everything you will need to coon hunt with successfully, except for the dog. We've got a brand new Big Dog Genesis coon hunting light, $300 value. Big Dog, Matt Williams owner, donated brand. They donated a brand new Sport Dog Tech 2.0 track and train GPS system, same one I use in all my videos. That's an $800 one collar. Scott Christian from JC Calls, a custom JC Call coon squaller. It's about a $50 or $60 value. We use them almost every single night that I can remember to take a squaller, and every time I've used it, they've worked awesome. Josh Lambert with Hound Dog Gear. You can go on hounddoggear.com. He sells hats and t-shirts and decals and stickers, and he does coon hunting supplies like collars, leads. I think he sells lights and stuff too. He was gracious enough, about $40 or $50 worth of gear. You got a lead, you got a couple decals, you got a Hound Dog Gear hat, and then a Hound Dog Gear koozie. So there you got your lead to take your dogs in the woods. Nightlife, we're going to go ahead and donate a decal and a hat so you can look good when you're going. And then another cool thing, this guy, actually a sponsor of ours, reached out a day after and wanted to donate GNR Cedar dog boxes. You see in all my videos, we have the dog box in my truck. He's donating a 4-wheeler size dog box. I think it's roughly a 36 by 24. It can fit on the rack of a 4-wheeler, or it can go. It's a single base cedar dog box, and the top is completely custom. You can have whatever emblem or decal you want put on the top. So anyway, guys, $1,600 value. It's a giveaway unlike anybody has seen before. If you will go, and I need to explain how to enter this because I've had a couple questions. If you'll go to the video that says Nightlife Package Giveaway here on YouTube, all right, you click on the little arrow below the video. There's icons, a little arrow points down. You click on that, it will expand the description section of the video. Go down there and you'll see a link to it that says Gleam. That is a link that'll take you to where you can enter. Abby, you can enter the giveaway and go on there, and there's several different ways you can enter. You can go visit my Nightlife page, you can visit Sport Dogs page, do a bunch of different stuff like that, and it'll get you entered into the giveaway. What you doing?
Take you out.
You want to see? You want to show them?
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is probably backwards for you guys. Well, I just done something. Can you fix that?
Yeah.
So right here, you'll see there's an arrow right here. If you'll hit that, that'll expand down. This right here is going to take you down here, and there's a link. You click on that link right there, and it's going to take you to the website where you can enter the contest. This is called Gleam. If it'll load up here, signal's not the best. But anyway, you'll have to set that. It'll give you a bunch of different icons that you can click on and let you enter the contest. I think there's like 8 different ways you can enter. So a huge giveaway, $1,600 value. All right, back to the questions. Would your same techniques work on curs as well as hounds? Yes, it should. I've never worked with any cur dogs. My cousin has some cur dogs though. He trains dogs about the same way as I do. So, and his curs do pretty good. Shout out from the Four Corners. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the video. You're welcome. Dustin Bradley says, hey, my Tech 2.0 is updating. It's been stuck on transferring maps for about 45 minutes now. What should I do? Transferring the maps, Dustin, can take a long time. So just keep everything plugged up and going, and you should be just fine. Make sure your handheld's got plenty of battery power. But transferring maps can take a long time. Now, software updates and things like that just take a couple minutes. Maps can take a while. Jacob West says, what do you think about dogs treeing possums? I don't care for it. I don't like it, and we break our dogs of it. It's all, yeah, except for one dog. She's got one dog. We can't break her possums, but you know, you're the one feeding it. So if you're okay with it, by all means, go with it. Dan Flores, hey Nick, how's it going? Appreciate it, buddy. It's going well. Hope everything's good with y'all. Big Country, I plan on getting some pups after the first year and training them myself. I've been watching videos, and I just wanted to ask you how should I start them? I've never had any coonhounds before. If you're gonna get young pups, the best thing I can tell you is up to about 6 or 8 months old. Just work on like obedience and stuff. I wouldn't really push them in the woods or anything. Work on your kennel manners. Work on the lead. Work on them coming to you when they were called, like out in the yard and stuff. Take them for walks in the woods. Kind of get their wood legs underneath them. Crossing little creeks and stumps and logs and things of that nature helps with their coordination. And be patient with them. And I also like take them for rides in the truck. Get them used to riding in dog box, things like that. Key dogs, that's your kill dog. Yeah, sounded pretty vicious, didn't you? It's Mitchell, SoCal, checking in. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate it. He'll drop cotton. My other question about hunting one spot too much. Do you think blowing a squaller every time it causes coons to move out of the area or affect them in any way negative. No, I don't. And I'll go ahead and give you, for instance, my buddy Will, he lets me hunt his property in Polk County, and for about the past 3 months, there's been 4 coons on that property, and that I know of. There's 4 of them. I treated all 4 of them multiple times, and I've treated them single and seen the other 2 or 3 in trees walking in. And for 3 months now, I've hunted those same coons. I keep treating them every time I go over there, at least one of them, if not all of them, in the same tree. I'll blow the squaller. They still look. I still see them. So no, blowing the squaller. If anything, especially out of season, if you're treating the same coons over and over, and they keep looking at you and you never harm them, in my theory, in my mind, now this may not be true, you're kind of straining them that they're okay. So when kill season comes in, it might make things easier. But that's just my thought. But I do know it does not hurt them. Big Country says, I'm just getting started in the coon hunt world. Been wanting to do it for a long time. Well, good luck, buddy. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding. Dylan John says, we love that. Rufus Jewel, Pac-Man said, hey to you, Miss Nightlife. How you doing, Pac-Man? Good to see you. Southern Land says, hey, buddy. How y'all? Big Country, you're welcome. Big Country. There's 2 Big Countries on here. Got 2 in a row. Y'all the same one? You got 2 different accounts? Big Country said, what's up, buddy? It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. I am. We got 2 different Big Countries on here, or are they both the same? Hill Drop. Hope that helps, buddy. We got any more questions y'all want to talk about? Pushing on about 45 minutes here. I don't want to keep you guys on here no longer than you have to. I know it's Wednesday night. And another thing, we got the big hurricane coming in through Florida up through Georgia tonight. I hope everybody's safe and doing okay. It's supposed to come through North Carolina by that, and it's going to come east of us, so it won't be no big deal time it gets here. Let's see. I just seen that I am the Big Country from Lenore. Okay, so I was confused. Nope, not the same from Lexington. So we got 2 Big Countries, and they're both from North Carolina. That's cool. Dylan John says, what's your take on house slipper blood? Make really good dogs, some good bloodlines. I like that a lot. It's definitely something I look for in bloodlines, and I do appreciate it when I see it. Let's see. Kobe Guerin says, when you going to come through East Tennessee? I was in East Tennessee just a couple weeks ago, but I was going to Bass Pro, wasn't hunting. So I'd like to get in there. I wouldn't mind doing some hunting in East Tennessee. Got to find somebody good to go with. You got some land we can hunt? Any more questions? Anything I want to talk about? Let's see, we got coon season coming in October 15th here in North Carolina. So we've been trying to put up some more hunting videos for you guys. We treat a lot of coons, but we ain't been able to knock anything out. But October 15th, hopefully we should be getting some more knockout footage. Curl says, Bristol, Tennessee. Good to see you. Appreciate you. It's the first time I've seen you on here. Vaughn says, what kind of gun is that on the wall? What kind of gun is that? It's 12 gauge, right?
J.P. Stevens.
J.P. Stevens, 12 gauge? 12 gauge single shot? Was our full choke. J.P. Stevens. J.P. Stevens, 12 gauge single shot, full choke. Was that my grandfather's?
No.
No, just a gun you
My
found?
mom
Friend.
passed away. Mr. Walden.
Friend of my dad's that passed away, give it to him. So real sentimental value. That's why it's hanging up. Don't ever take it out hunting. It means too much. But yeah. Do you ever come near Martinsville, Virginia? Maybe we could hit the woods. I don't go through Virginia much at all, really. I've only actually been through the state 2 or 3 times, probably. But yeah, that'd be awesome. Hit me up, Brian. Big Country says, nice cold front coming in. Hunting should be good. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like high of like 60 some odd degrees here Friday. Like mid 60s. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to getting in the woods this weekend. Probably going to head to South Carolina because shooting season's down there. Hopefully we get some meat on the ground. But Monday night, the 15th, kill season's in North Carolina. If the weather's fit, I'm going to be in the woods. And I'm going to go work on some in Polk County coons. Your kill season the 15th, ours comes. Yep. Hunter Hem, Hemm, Southwest Iowa. How you doing? What's coon hunting like out there? Steve Vaughn says, I have one like that. Kicks like a mule, but I like it. That can kick pretty hard. Have you shot it?
Yeah. Kicks a little bit, not bad.
Kick pretty hard.
Pattern.
That's my dad over there in the background. Says coons, we turned a cage while he was in the box. He has never been a live coon. Track and treat it good for a pup showing natural ability. Yeah, that's really good. Especially if he didn't really see it. I mean, if you just turn it loose and then let him go by scent, he done awesome for 6 months old. That's really good. Really good. Let's see here, guys. Yeah, so I was talking about October 15th. We should start getting some more videos coming up. One thing I want to talk about too, you guys see me wearing the Nightlife shirts and hats and stuff. We also dealer for Big Dog lights, so if you guys are interested in Big Dog Genesis or the Big Dog Alpha Micro, any Big Dog product, or shirts or hats, we also have a brand new batch of decals. We're dealing the JC series, Nightlife series, Coon Squalls. We can get you Dan's gear now. We've got a bunch of Dan's competition packs you guys can order from us. We actually love those. We actually use them. Pretty much anything that we use right now, you can order. So if you see anything that we use and you want it, you can go to nightlifekennel.com and you can order on there. If you don't see it there, just go ahead and message me, because there's a lot of things we can get that I haven't had time to put on the website. So if you see anything that you might be interested in. Rufus Jules says, hey, Dad, I need a video with him. He won't go coon hunting with me. He just won't do it. I've been rabbit hunting with him, Rufus. If you look on there, you'll see some of them rabbit hunting videos from way back. That was with Dad. So, rabbit season gets here, I'll be in the woods with him.
We'll go coon hunting.
He says he'll go coon hunting, so you got him. You got him. We got it on video, we got it recorded, and now we can hold him to it. Woodrow Smith says we've been working Kate on lead and coming when called, and we are having a lot of success with her. She just turned 4 months on the 7th. That's good. 4 months old, coming to the lead, coming when called. She's on track. Cold Creeks can't wait to get in the woods next week. Yeah, especially with the cool front coming through, it's itching. Brian Hall says, are you live every Wednesday? We had been up until recently. We had some things going on. We haven't been able to do it. There's going to be some changes out here, guys. We're probably going to drop Instagram live. We used to do, 1 week we would do Facebook. The next week we would do Instagram. The next week we would do YouTube. And it was all on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So every week we was live somewhere. We're actually going to change that schedule. We're probably going to drop Instagram altogether, because we just didn't, we get like right now, there's 47 people. We had 68 watching earlier. We would only get like tops 10, 12, 15 people on Instagram. So we're probably going to drop that one. And with season coming in, I don't want to commit. I got pups that need training. I need woods. 2, you guys are going to be hunting, so there's probably not going to be that many of you that's going to watch. And I don't blame you. Y'all need to be in the woods too. I need to be in the woods. So what we're probably going to do is we're going to do once a month. We're going to do live on YouTube, and once a month we're going to do live on Facebook. So we'll do 2 live videos a month, but we're going to separate them between Facebook and YouTube. I don't know what day it is. We'll try to keep it the same day and be like, this is an example. Don't hold me to this. Say we did it, the second Wednesday of every month would be Facebook, and the last Wednesday of every month would be YouTube or something like that. So we'll get a schedule and we'll get it posted up, and we'll try our best to. Rufus says he can't wait. Sounds good. I'll hunt with Dad. Tom's Outdoors says Mafia on top. His dad took 3rd last year at World Hunt. His mom is double lipper bred. A lot of Mafia dogs and grandpups are doing very well right now. A Mafia son took 5th this year at World. I keep hearing that Mafia dog a lot. I don't know much about it, but I keep hearing that name a lot. So he must be making a lot of press for himself. Dawson Hearn says come to Southwest Arkansas. That'd be fun. C. Vaughn, love your videos. They're awesome. Thank you very much.
Set us up some rabbit hunting too.
Yeah, we need some rabbit hunting grounds. Are you guys out there listening, guys and gals? Dad needs some places to go rabbit hunting. Big Country says, I give it to you, West Virginia coon hunters. Them mountains make a man out of you. Sure enough. What dog? Don't understand that, Bryson. What do you mean, what dog are you getting in late? Go ahead and ask that question again. Rephrase that a little bit. I don't fully understand what you mean, buddy. What dog are you getting in late? You talking about what dogs I've been hunting lately? Well, high goes pretty much every time, and then I'm starting to rotate between tough and nicks. Next, I'm really wanting to push hard because she's starting to pick up and go good. She's starting to open on track, helping the other night on hanging around my feet. But they're pushing that 10-month-old mark. He gets more around that 10-month or 12-month-old mark. I'm going to start making sure he gets out underneath my feet and getting on. I like to take patience with my dogs. I don't push them too super hard. We try to get them in the woods and just kind of let their natural ability take over. Yeah, so that's what you mean. Yeah, so right now Hyde's been going, and then we're rotating between pups. So we did a video the other night with Nix, and then we did a video through. I'll cast one, then I'll put it up. Next cast, I'll cast the other, and Hyde will get to go pretty much every cast. So Dawson says his year-old pup ran a 700-yard track and had 2 coons. That's really impressive. That's good. Where do you live, Dawson? Thomas Outdoors says there's a Facebook group called Team Mafia. It's all about him, his grandpups, and the dogs out of him. I'll definitely get out and join that because that's pretty cool. I'd like to know some more about that dog. Where's Mafia out of? Like what state? C. Vaughn says you and Kentucky Cooner and Nightfall Adventures need to do a hunt together. Sounds good. We can try to work it out. Big Country says must be an English dog, Dawson. No, it sounds more like a Walker dog starting that early. It's got to be a Walker dog. It's probably a cur, knowing it. Thomas Outdoors from Missouri. I guess you're saying that's where Mafia Dog's from. That's cool. Ashley Cook says, quick question. Do you sell the belt lights and big dog lights, and how are they compared to the cap light? Okay, yes, we do sell. You can get the Big Dog Genesis in a belt light version. The normal cap light runs $300 plus shipping. The belt light version runs having a lot more batteries, and you got to special order the batteries. And to get in a belt light version is special order, so you will need to private message me or contact me, or you can even email me nightlifekennel@outlook.com, and we can get it worked out. Generally, there's like a 2-week wait on that because the batteries have to be special ordered. The biggest difference between that, the brightness and everything is the same. All the settings are the same. You're still getting 4 levels of spot, 2 levels of walk light, 2 levels of red, 2 levels of green. But because you're getting a lot more battery to it, your battery lasts a lot longer. Cap light, I've still hunted with it 2 or 3 nights in a row without charging. And as long as you don't walk around on the high spot setting all the time, you still got plenty of battery power. So really the only advantage to it is if you got a neck problem or something like that and you can't wear a cap light on your head for whatever reason, or you just, you definitely don't want a cap light for whatever reason, then go to the belt light version. Yes, we can get it. If it's just you're used to belt lights and you never really tried a cap light, I would still suggest trying it. I was the same way. I never liked a cap light until I tried the Genesis because they're so lightweight. I didn't even notice it on my head. So trying our best with Drew Smith. Bryson Mooneyham says, I got a 7-month-old black and tan female. She treats squirrels when I let her out, but will treat coons at night. Any tips to make her treat only coons? Best thing I do is tell you is you need to break her off the squirrels. You need to probably shoot a squirrel out to her and shock her on it. Break her off like you would have some anything else. A lot of people, I'll tell you one thing though, that's pretty sought after dog. If she's only treating squirrels during the day and only, treating coons at night, if she's keeping them separate between day and night, Bryson, that is, a lot of people want dogs like that. So she's actually kind of valuable. So that's up to you whether you want to break her or not. But a lot of people desire that, especially cur dog guys. They really want that. Dylan John says, how do you get your young hounds started? All I do is take them. I don't, I might show them one cage coon, and, sometimes we'll catch cage coons and we'll turn them loose and then bring the dogs in about 15, 20 minutes later and let them try to get on a hot track, but we never show them the coon at that point. But basically all we do is take them in the woods with an experienced dog, and once they start clicking on, and about the time they get up on the tree for the first time with my experienced dog, then I'll actually start cutting them in somewhat by themselves. And I'll make them solo to develop their ability on their own so they don't me too off another dog. Ashley Cook says, okay, my husband was wondering, we will get with you later on. Yeah, message me or email, however you want to do it. You get through me through Facebook or whatever, and we'll get you set up on that. Kobe says, I got a blue pup at 3 months and pushed her hard for 5 months. Oh, she's 14 months now, doing amazing. That's good. Where are you from, Kobe? I'm the master of hounds. That's cool. Because everything to me sometimes is just too long until I was needed. Well, guys, we're going to have to call it a night here. My battery, for some reason, I got this thing charging, but the battery's down 2%. So go ahead and call it a night. Remember, we got the big giveaway. You can scroll down to one of our other videos and you'll see it on there. And the ways to enter, $1,600 value. Make sure you go buy a Nightlife package giveaway. Give that a like and enter to win. We're going to run it to the end of October. www.nightlifekennel.com for your Nightlife merchandise, Big Dog Genesis, JC Calls, or anything like that. And we appreciate your support. You can also follow us on Facebook, Nightlife Kennel, and Instagram at Nightlife Kennel. And we're going to get back in the woods, guys. We appreciate you, and true one for us.